We're gonna have to do it over one more time. I had to use another controller, unfortunately. All right, so we had Penn State beat Florida International 41-0. Florida State defeats Virginia 52-10. Oregon beats and TCU. This was a user and user. We did interview TCU. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys take a listen to hear what he had to say. Obviously, you guys look at the game right here and see it was complete domination. 63 points, 17 by TCU. Turnover battle was 3-1. Player stats, Texas Tech pretty much just it was everything was lopsided. I mean, 4 TDs. They ran the ball over 100 something yards with one player. They also averaged, I mean, that's a little bit over 200 yards total team wise. They was able to get everything going, passing game. So let's take a listen to hear what TCU had to say. My apology, we had to start this new video. So let's go.
Uh, yeah, this is a tough loss for us. I saw after the Arizona game, we were ready for prime time. We are not ready. Still got to work on some things, especially on offense. Defense, well, early part of this game, we got an early turnover in their end of the field, but we could not take advantage of it. Hey, we're a young ball club. Um, working to get the right mixture of the offense. We're, we're our goal season one is to get the six wins to get a bowl game, and then we're gonna work on trying to develop the players we got and bring in some recruits. We're not giving up. We got a long way to go. And I told the fellas after the game that we got to work extra hard. We're going to Colorado next week, and that's gonna be a tough one. We got to bring that intensity that we can compete in the Big 12.
So you guys heard TCU speaking out about this matchup, complete lopsided. As he did mention, they do play us this week, and we're going to have to watch that. Not only are we going to have to use this as a scouting report, but this is going to be a team that's going to try to come off a loss. They're going to be hungry. So, I mean, yeah, they lost big against Texas Tech, but this is going to be a team that's going to be more focused, more locked in, and they're going to do everything. Notre Dame beat Arkansas 42-14. Then we had user and user, Bama and Georgia, complete big upset in my opinion. Alabama was a team that was rolling. Georgia shut them out in that second half. First half, it was 17. They were scoreless in the whole entire second half. Alabama just couldn't get anything going. Georgia played great. You can look at the team's turnovers. They both shared a total of 9 turnovers. So you can't say turnovers played a key role in this matchup. They shared turnovers back and forth. But I do believe that Georgia's defense was really the big reason of why they won this game in the second half. They was able to really come together and apply pressure. They had 2 interceptions from Dalen Everett, cornerback senior, 6'1", 190. And then they also had sophomore free safety with their interception as well. So that really was the biggest difference in that matchup. The defense in the second half from Georgia. South Carolina wins against Kentucky 34-7. Ole Miss and LSU. Some of you guys that was here a few minutes ago, you can see LSU complete domination, 45-0. I mean, complete shutout. Biggest upset in the Nncfl thus far to be on the road during Stadium Plus. Everybody hates Stadium Plus. Everybody talking about they hate it, and they still was able to go in there and completely shut out this team, man. I mean, that's complete domination. I did interview both users, so I'm going to play the video and let you guys hear what these guys had to say. Let's take a listen to the loser, and then we'll hear the winner after that. Shout out to everybody, man, for letting me know about the mic, by the way, and you as well, Koopy. So let's take a listen to hear what the loser had to say. That is Rio Rancho.
Point blank period, we got our ass whooped. How about that? We didn't come to play. LSU came, they was ready, and they just really embarrassed us at home. We scored 0 points. Luckily, it's week 5. It's still early in the season, and we have plenty of time to bounce back. That was a very tough conference loss. That was our first conference loss. Not sure where they're going to rank us after that. We'll probably be back in the high 20s. But that was very, that was an eye opener for us, actually. We couldn't generate no points, couldn't generate no offense. It was just tough out there. His defense was everywhere. And I knew before going into the game that his pass rush would get to my QB, but I didn't expect it to. I didn't expect him to stop my run game like they did. So shout out to Mike, shout out to LSU. Good luck to them the rest of the way. But as far as Ole Miss, we'll be all right. A whole bunch of suicides practice tomorrow. We got to just look in the mirror and bounce back for sure. But this was a very, very tough loss. We're going to sit back, look at the tape, of course, and go from there. But we'll be all right for sure.
That was, as you guys heard, Ole Miss speaking out about this matchup. To be able to come to the podium after being shut out in that fashion says a lot about his character, though. He wasn't disappearing. He didn't dodge the questions. He came to the podium and answered the questions. So let's take a listen to hear what LSU head coach for LSU had to say, that is Mike, about this matchup.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure out whatever we gave the guys for the pregame meal, because the defense was insane today. The front seven was just like out of their minds, whether it was Peyton off the one edge or Perkins off the other edge. Even my nose tackles on the inside were getting pressure. We beat up their quarterback pretty bad. I think he was dark maroon by the second quarter. Poor guy had to come out of the game. I threw an early interception. I was very worried that I was going to keep throwing picks, but luckily I was able to find some guys deep. I knew Rio was going to press me and kind of press down his safeties, and that's how he got that one pick. And then after that, I was able to kind of beat him over the top. And then my defense just, like I said, was insane. It was crazy. Guys just in coverage, like blanketed coverage. My front seven just getting free and getting hits on the quarterback every play. It was crazy to see, especially on the road. But I was very, very happy with the way it went. Obviously, I did start to feel bad there toward the end, because it seemed like nothing Rio did was working out for him. And it's not like he was doing anything different. It was just, for whatever reason, the dice rolls kept going in my favor. So we'll take it, and I hope it keeps up that way for me the rest of the year.
So you guys just heard LSU being very humble, as he always is with his answers. But Ole Miss got their ass whooped. I mean, we can say what LSU don't want to say. Complete domination, 45-0. How do you respond from here? If you Rio, is going to be definitely a big question. We're going to definitely stay connected with Ole Miss within the media to see how they're going to be able to address adversity. It's one thing to go in here and win games, but when you lose like that, how will this team respond to adversity is going to be the biggest question. Giving a team like LSU to Mike definitely is something to worry about for the entire league. Usually he takes teams like Tulane, the lower tier type of teams, but you give him like a LSU, a tier one team that's on the game right now and online ranking, Mike is somebody to look out for. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Ole Miss respond from that loss. Washington did defeat Indiana 35-14. Michigan beats Illinois 45-7. Nebraska and Ohio State, we did interview both of these guys. As you guys can see, Nebraska won this game 38-7. Complete domination. Nebraska was able to protect their home field, opposite of what Ole Miss was able to do. When you take a listen to hear what Nebraska had to say after the win, and then we'll continue this video.
Yeah, man, it was a great game for us defensively, more so than offensively. Ohio State's tough, man. They got a really fast defense, really tough defense. Really took the second half to get anything going on the ground and to kind of expose Dylan Raiola a little bit more than we wanted to. Typically, we get the ball out pretty quickly, a lot of quick hitters, short routes, combos. But man, that Ohio State defense is really fast. So he took a really unnecessary shot early in the game, but he and I and everyone else on the team and the offensive line were pretty confident that if we just rely a little bit more on the quick hitters, screens, everything like that, keep him out of harm's way, he could lead us to victory, and he did. Overall, on the offensive side, we got one more game left before 2 back-to-back bye weeks. So we're going to come out next week, firing on all cylinders, try to push this team to 6-0. Thanks for your time, Stephen A.
You guys just heard Nebraska speaking out about this matchup. Complete domination. He spoke about Dylan Raiola. Kid is a 5-star out of high school. Patrick Mahomes Jr. 2.0. If you guys watch real life football, let's take a listen to hear what Ohio State had to say after the loss. They did come to the podium, and they was very, very frustrated. I'm here to let you guys know that right now. They sent a image saying "Go fuck yourself." Basically, is what he stated. Very, very heated. So I'm gonna let you guys take a listen to hear what he had to say immediately after this tough loss.
The game was a nightmare from the get-go. Right off the bat, he drove down the field and scored on a really nice long drive, and I went 3 and out. He went up 10-0, and I did score to make it. And then coming out of halftime, I went down and got stopped close to the end zone, and instead of kicking it to making it a 7-point game, I went for it and got sacked for like the 7th time. I just have nothing good to say. My players were dropping wide open balls. Could not generate any holes for the running back. My quarterback got sacked, I think, 7 or 8 times. Defense couldn't make a stop. Just could not stop him at all. I mean, it was just an ass whooping from top to bottom. So, got to figure it out and hopefully sign some recruits. Hell, even one recruit would be nice to fill some of these offensive line problems. But going forward, we're going to try to figure it out and go from there.
Man, that's the Ohio State head coach right there. Speaking out about this matchup, he spoke about the sacks. I mean, 6 total sacks. It's hard to be able to get anything going when your O-line is not protecting you. They couldn't get anything in the run game. Wide receivers obviously was very limited with the amount of time that was given for the quarterback to make a read. Defensively was on the field most of the time. So obviously the tackles and everything is up. So it's going to be interesting to see how Ohio State is going to respond to the loss of that magnitude as well. He mentioned about some things about recruiting, and we're going to see what he's able to do this week to follow up. We may ask him some questions about how he feels week 5 after the advance on recruiting, just to stay up to date with him as well. So we have a lot of key points this week to keep track of for the next week. So it won't be repetitive. We'll do some different questions, whether it's recruiting or how Ole Miss responds to the big loss against LSU and so on. UCF defeats Wyoming 27-20. Then we had Auburn and Texas A&M. We did interview both of these guys. Complete domination. Actually, we didn't interview Auburn. Auburn is pretty much under the eight ball right now, with some incentive stuff going on. So we're gonna kind of allow him to play his game so he can get off of that ineligible incentive. He have a promise with me that he gonna play his games. He gonna do the right things this year, and if he do so, we're gonna take him off of the list and allow him to play for some money next season. So you guys are not going to hear him any this year, but next year you'll be able to hear him. So let's take a listen and hear what Texas A&M had to say after the huge win against Auburn.
Yeah, Stephen. Yeah, we out here at the stadium. We felt like we had to keep them on his toes. You know, they know a lot of people around the league. They know that we're a running team. They know that we love to run the ball, so we had to keep them off guard at the beginning of the game with a bunch of passes. We seemed like we got them mixed it up. So a lot of guys were open, and you know, we made it happen. It was a good victory for everybody out there, and you know, we felt real good about the victory. And we had we had 4 students attending that game, high school students, and they really loved the game as well. They really enjoyed their experience. But hey, you know, we gotta put that week behind us here. We gotta get focused. I mean, next week we got a tough opponent. We gotta go out and play Mississippi State. You know what I'm saying? But they gotta come to Texas. But still, you know, it's Mississippi State. They 3-1 right now. We can't look over them. You know, we got a lot of big games coming up. So we just gotta put our head down, man. Take it week by week, man. But hey, thank you for your time. Thank you for you know, all the things you do here at the Nncfl. And hey, we'll get with you. King 'em. Go Aggies.
So you guys heard Texas A&M head coach Master speaking out about this matchup. He spoke about running the ball. Last week we was praising the fact that they ran the ball a lot, and I said that it was going to be a key part of the scouting report. But he came back this week and showed that he can throw the ball as well. He trusts Marcel Reed, and he has allowed the viewers to understand that they can also throw the ball as well. Over 293 yards passing, 2 TDs, no interceptions, complete domination, average of 315 passer rating. Wide receivers was clicking on all cylinders. Terry Bussey, 5 catches, 140 yards, a TD. I mean, the guys played lights out. They also was able to get to the quarterback. They didn't create any interceptions, but overall, they played very, very good. So shout out to Texas A&M, and also shout out to, um, as I said before, where we at right now, and also shout out to Auburn as well for finishing the game. Now we have Virginia Tech defeats NC State 42-10. UCLA defeats Iowa 28-20. Some of these guys got lifetime bans. You know, I mean, if it's in their will to get up off of it, we'll see. We'll see how they do, but we'll see. Duke defeated Syracuse 45-0. We didn't interview Duke this week, but he's been playing lights out as well. Kansas State beats West Virginia 31-7. Arizona State beat Cincinnati 63-40. Wow, that was a very, very high game right there. Um, South Carolina this week says, hey, I just wanted to give you a heads up. I got a bachelor party from Thursday to Sunday. Won't be able to play my game most likely versus LSU when we get to the next week. So I'm going to let him know, okay, I understand. Thanks for the heads up. And that's all you can ask for, man. Just and enjoy the bachelor party. Don't drink too much. So yeah, man, that's all we ask for is just communication. This is not a job, you know. So I don't know why guys make it seem like I'm actually doing too much. It's I understand. College football top 25. We got Georgia, Texas, Penn State, Clemson, Oregon, LSU, Texas A&M, Arizona State, Kansas State, SMU, Bama, Notre Dame, Texas Tech, Florida, South Carolina, USC, Nebraska, Michigan, BYU, Ohio State, Iowa State, Colorado, Ole Miss, Duke, and Missouri are all in the top 25. LSU is making it hard for the top five right now with what they've been able to do against these SEC opponents. Taking a look at the players of the week, we had Terry Moore, 8 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, 2 interceptions, two pass breakups. Then we also had Arizona State Malik McClain, wide receiver, 11 receptions, 273 receiving yards, 24.8 average, and 2 receiving TDs. Taking a look at the Heisman watch right now, um, Emmett Johnson moves down. Sam Levitt moves up. The top three still stayed the same. Kanye Udo, Jeremiah Love, and Nicholas Singleton all stay in their selected slots for the Heisman race. Taking a look at the conference standings, things are definitely shaped up after that big win with LSU and then also with Bama losing. So there's a lot to cover. Big 12 right now is going to be a lot different. We have some conference games this week. But right now you got BYU, Arizona State, Kansas State. You have Texas Tech, Colorado, and UCF right now, all undefeated in the conference. And then you also have some teams that's looking to get back in the hunt. So teams like Colorado, Texas Tech, all of these top five teams have to really be very careful. Taking a look at the ACC, you got Clemson, Duke, Louisville, Virginia Tech, Florida State, and Boston College all right now battling it out. Duke has a loss in the conference, but I think that if they can continually stay on the road that they're their own, whenever they play against these other conference matchups, they can kind of find their way into the ACC championship at the least. American, right now, you have Navy, Memphis, North Texas, and Charlotte, along with East Carolina. Yes, I am reading computer games conferences because they have been beating a lot of users, and they have earned my respect for sure. Big Ten right now, you got Penn State, Oregon, USC, Nebraska, and UCLA, along with Michigan State, all right now battling it out. You have Penn State kind of separating themselves from the pack with 3 wins in the conference. Then you have Nebraska and UCLA with 2 as well. Taking a look at the CUSA, you got Florida International, Sam Houston, UTEP, Jacksonville State, Kennesaw State, all fighting it out right now with teams like Western Kentucky, Louisiana Tech, and the rest of those guys down there to look out for. FBS Independence, you got Notre Dame, lifetime ban, but he's still playing his games. He's fighting it out, and that's all you can ask for from a user. MAC conference right now, you got Buffalo, Ohio, Toledo, Central Michigan, all battling it out right now in that conference. You guys know all about the conferences. Records, yes, you can say so, but the conferences is really going to tell you who getting in and who not. So with this new playoff system. In the MWC, you got UNLV, Boise State, Colorado State, Nevada, and Hawaii all right now battling it out right now. Hawaii has 2 wins in the conference, so if they continually win out, get some losses from these guys right here, they can find their way on the top. Pac-12 right now, you got Washington State, Oregon State right now in the Pac-12. I remember last 2 years ago, it was Colorado, it was TCU, it was Oregon. Not Oregon, but I think so. Yeah, we had so many teams in the Pac-12, and since they made this change, things just hasn't been the same in the Pac-12. In the SEC, man, oh my goodness, what the game, the college is just so realistic, man. It's that it's like real life. I mean, the SEC is the kings of college football. But I mean, I'm not disrespecting what we've been seeing the last few years. I mean, Ohio State and all these other conferences. But when you think about it, when it comes to the SEC, you think about when it comes to football, you think about the SEC. So it's just so tough over here. You got Georgia, LSU, Texas A&M, South Carolina. You even have Ole Miss, Auburn, and Tennessee. Texas still haven't played a conference game, and they're undefeated. And we're talking about Arch Manning. I cannot wait to see what he does as far as how high he goes in the draft on the video game and real life. And then you also have Alabama, and then it gets more interesting. But teams like Oklahoma, Florida, Bama, I mean, with one loss, can beat teams up here or capable of beating teams up here as well. So nothing is gimme, but the SEC runs the Nncfl for sure. Sun Belt right now, you got Louisiana, South Alabama, Georgia Southern, Southern Miss, NUL, and Monroe. In the Sun Belt, well, yeah, they automatically combines it, so we don't have to go over the East and the West. All of it is pretty much the same. Taking a look at this recruiting top classes right now. We have Penn State has moved up. At first, it was Georgia. Penn State moves up. Let's see what kind of signings they have done. They just signed Edward Stevenson, 5-star edge rusher, 6'5", 246 from New Jersey. The man is a beast. He's second ranked in the state, and he also fourth in the position. And then you have Jawan Deere. So they definitely have some dogs. They have the number one free safety, number four, and top five, two top fives um, as far as players go. So Penn State is doing their thing. Then you have Georgia, North Carolina, Washington, and UCLA in the top five. Texas A&M has climbed up huge from last week. They was damn near 60, and now they're in the top 10. Very, very big signings from their class right now. You have the second position ranked free safety. I guess that's Jose Gash. And then you have Vi Naeem, Dorian Lamb. You also have Earl Macy. I'm wondering if well, no, that's the same. Okay, Earl Macy, who also is a top five in the class as far as strong safety. So when you think about that, it says a lot about why they moved up. UCLA has some big signings, 4 stars. Um, Trey Morenzi, um, Melvin Bono. So, I mean, UCLA is making moves as well, along with Clemson, Florida, Alabama, LSU. I'm interested to see what LSU is doing. 5-star wide receiver. He's the second best wide receiver in his class as of right now. Number one in the state, Rico Littleton. That's a name to definitely pay some attention to. As you guys can see, Texas A&M, USC, and Ohio State all went after this kid right here. Then you have Spencer Fine. He is another 5-star, second in the position, second in the state, cornerback, 5'11", 214. The kid is a beast. You had Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama, and Penn State lose out on that. Following up with that, they have Ty Daly. The kid is also a beast. He's second in the state, number 7 into his class, and he's a 4-star from Louisiana, Lafayette. Wow. And then it gets on lower. USC is a team that's very quiet. We will interview them. I know we've been saying it, but you guys got to understand we had some big upsets this week, so it's hard to get to USC, but they have been able to recruit some good talent. Top 20 position ranked quarterback who's 6'4", so he has a lot of size. He beat out Ole Miss, Oregon, LSU, and Texas. And then you have another 4-star wide receiver, 6'3", 202. He's not highly ranked position wise or state wise, but he's a big style wide receiver. And he has Stanford, Arizona, San Jose State, and Cal all recruit or had to beat out those computer teams. So That's going to be interesting to see as far as how these teams shape up. So we're going to take a look at the games of the week for this week, and we'll get up out of here. Tired now. I'm going to drink a lot of water after this video. We have Florida and Texas. I mentioned that Texas has yet had a game in the conference, and so this is going to be huge for Texas, man. To go into Florida, it's going to be highly ranked, man. It's going to be rivalry. It's a rivalry game. I'm excited to see how this thing playing out, man. I'm going to try my best to cover it. It's going to be huge, man. Texas first, big game in the conference to really show what they can do. You know, they're 0-0 right now in the conference, but they're still undefeated, and they haven't played a team that's worth, um, that's worth it. So this is going to be a very good game. I'm going to take Texas because I'm very, very high on Arch Manning. Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, big fan of those quarterbacks. And so to see his son in the league right now, man, is pretty unique. Michigan and Oregon. Big challenge for Oregon right here, man. That's Uso Ryder. Uso Ryder been hanging around. He been playing great football, man. But you got a team like Michigan who is ineligible this year that's going to be playing angry. And so it's going to be a big challenge for for Oregon. But I think they can get it done. So I'm going to take Oregon in this one. They got the home crowd behind them. Uso Ryder been playing in the leagues, dynasties for years. And I'm going to believe in him right now, man. I want to see him get the job done, but it won't be easy. Michigan is coming with a different mentality. They're going to be angry. They are ineligible this year, and they're gonna want to ruin your hopes, Oregon. So you got to protect that home field. Penn State and UCLA. I'm gonna take Penn State for the win on this one, but I would not sleep on UCLA being at home. But I'm gonna go with Penn State. I think after this week, I'm gonna keep track of my record with picks to see how good am I doing. And then we have Clemson and North Carolina. I'm gonna take Clemson in this one, and that will be it, man. That's the week 5 recap. Hope you guys been enjoying these videos. Definitely appreciate you guys as far as where we're going, as far as the activeness with the interviews and activeness with communications. When, like I said before, South Carolina, he couldn't make it. And so he let me know. Bam. I made sure to mark it. So now I know, okay, to, allow him to, live his life outside of the video game. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Taking a look at the incentives for week 5 to see if we have anything that stands out before we get up out of here. Um, and we do not, man. That's awesome. Perfect. We went perfect this week, week 5. We don't have any incentive issues, no arguments, no, why you didn't do this or why you didn't do that. It's perfect, man. Everybody is just enjoying the video game like men, and that's all you can ask for in the league. See you guys for week 6 recap.